Good morning to class 10 students. I welcome you in the math class, and today is today we will solve some sums of already I have given you some homework, but I don't know because you didn't inform me whether you have solved the homework or not. So there is one question from exercise 1.1 NCERT book. Uh, Question number 3. So question number 3, just you open your book and see the question number 3 of exercise 1.1. I am also reading the question so that you can also take down. An army contingent of 616 members is to march behind an army band of 32 members in parade. The two groups are to march in the same number of columns. What is the maximum number of columns in which they can march? So see here in this question, actually the total numbers of the members of that army contingent, it is 616, and they have to march behind an army band. There is a band of 32 members. In that they have to also march. So 32 members are there in the band. So you have to find out the number of columns in which all the 616 can be, how many columns they will form. You have to find out the number of columns. So simply here just you have to find out the HCF, highest common factor, of both the numbers 616 and 32. Obviously 32 is lesser. So by the division method, we start dividing this 616 by 32. So here already I have sent you the photo of this page. So I have divided here. You see this 32 divided this 616. So it will go vanja, and we have written here 32, and subtract this 32 from 61, you will get 29. Then here it is 6 from the dividend side. I have take down here 6, and now it will go 9 ja. 32 9 ja, it will become 288. So after subtraction, the remainder will be 8. And you know that this remainder will be the new divisor, and this divisor will become the dividend. That's why again we have started the division, continuing this division process, and now divide 32 by 8. You will get 8 4 ja 32. Now remainder is 0. Obviously when the remainder comes 0, the last divisor is said to be the HCF. So obviously here HCF is equal to 8. Hence maximum number of columns is 8. That is the answer. Next, coming to this question number 5. Here is the solution, and question number 5. I am again reading the question. You see the NCERT book. 5 is also very much important. Use Euclid's division lemma to show that the cube of any positive integer is either of the form 9q, 9q plus 1, or 9q plus 8. So you have to use here the Euclid's division lemma. So we have taken y. You can take anything, x, y, z, nothing, anything. So let y be any positive integer. You can also take x be any positive integer. Then if it is of the form 3m or 3m plus 1 or 3m plus 2, so then it is of the form this. Since it is integer and an integer can be expressed either of this form, either it will be a negative or it will be positive. So in this way 3m, 3m plus 1 or 3m plus 2, because we have to prove this sum, and in the sum part you see there is 9. So that's why since we have to prove about the 9q plus 1 and 9q plus 8. So and also it is given cube. So in the question cube of any positive integer. So that's why we have taken here 3. 3m, 3m plus 1 and 3m plus 2, because when you will cube it, you will get the answer in the proper form or proper manner. So now cubing, start cubing one by one of each of these integers, 3m, 3m plus 1, 3m plus 2. So first of all we will start 3m cube. 3m cube here, after expanding it will get 27m cube and taking 9 outside, and then 3m cube. So here suppose 3m cube is represented by q. So it will become 9 cube where q equal to 3m cube. Similarly 3m plus 1 whole cube. So this is a plus b whole cube. Now use the formula of a plus b whole cube. A cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. So obviously 3m is a and 1 is b. So expanding with the formula a plus b whole cube. So you will get this much. Now again expand this 3m whole cube. This will give you 27m cube. And here it is 27m square, because 9 3 are 27 and here it is 3 3 are 9m, and here 1 cube means it is 1. Now taking 9 common from all these three terms, you will get inside the bracket 3m cube plus 3m square plus m, and outside of this plus 1. So now 9 and this much expression you have taken as q, where q equal to 3m cube plus 3m square plus m. So that's why it is 9q plus 1. Okay, and 3m plus 2 whole cube, again you will use the formula a plus b whole cube. So a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. Again expanding this, 9 is common and inside the bracket it is 3m cube plus 6m square plus 4m, and outside it is 2 to the power cube means it is 8. Now taking this much, the entire expression inside the bracket as q, you will get 9 cube plus 8, where q equal to 3m cube plus 6m square plus 4m. So now here we see that all these three numbers which we have taken in the form of integer, and after cubing we are able to represent it. What is mentioned in the question, and we are able to represent it in the form of 9q plus 1 or 9q plus 8. Hence it is proved. Welcome to the page number 2, dated 1st May 2020. So class 10, in math we were doing real number, and in this page or in this video I will explain about the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So what is this? Every composite number can be expressed as a product of unique primes. You know the very well prime numbers and composite numbers, so no need of explaining it again. And coming to the prime factorization, if we do the prime factorization of any composite number, you will get the factors of prime numbers. So any composite number can be expressed in the form of factors of prime numbers, and that factors will be unique. That factorization will be unique. Means you can't factorize that composite number in different way. Suppose here we have taken an example. We have taken this number 5005. Let us divide it or factorize it. First of all, we divide it starting with 5, and after division you get the quotient 1001. Now this 1001 is divisible by 7, and you will get 143. Again 143 is divisible by 11, and then you get the quotient 13, and then it is 13 ones are 13. So here is the factorization of 5005 is 5 into 7 into 11 into 13. Obviously, what are these? 5, all the factors 5, 7, 11, 13, all are the prime numbers. That's why it is called the prime factorization of any composite number. Here composite number is 5005, and this factorization is unique also, because you can't factorize it in any other way. You can't get any other prime number. It will be always 5, 7, 11 and 13. You can't change it. So that's why it is called the unique factorization. So any composite number can be expressed in the form of prime factors, prime number factorization, but that factorization will be always unique. Please remember this, always unique. Now coming to this NCERT exercise 2.2. Now open your book, open the exercise 2.2, and now we will do this one important sum, that is sum number 2. Sum number 2, there are 1, 2, 3, three sums, but I have solved here the second of the question number 2. Second sum of the question number 2. Okay. So here we will, two numbers are given, 510 and 92. Obviously, first of all we will factorize them. 510, here is the factorization. First of all we divide by 2, then divide it by 5, then again divide it by 5, and then 17. Okay, this is the factorization of 510. So, and also second number is 92. You have to find the HCF and LCM of both. HCF of both number 510 and 92 in this sum it is asked, and also find the LCM of both 510 and 92. So now here we have written 510 factorization, then 92, it is 2 into 2 into 23. So LCM of 510 and 92 will be 2 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 17 into 23, means whatever common in both you take also, and which is not common you also take all, and multiply all these numbers, you will get the LCM. Okay. What is the method for finding the LCM? It is very easy. What I said, that you take the common numbers in both and also uncommon numbers and multiply all them. You will get here LCM to 23,460, and also HCF. HCF of 510 and 92 equal to 2, because this is the common factor which is highest. You see in both 510 and 92, it is only one number common, that is 2. 2 is also here and here, both places. So 2 is, and that is also highest. That's why it is the HCF, highest common factor 2. So HCF is 2. Now multiply HCF and LCM, you will get 46,920. And now multiply the two numbers given in the question, 510 and 92. Again you are getting the same result, same product, 46,920. It means you have verified that product of LCM and HCF of the two numbers is equal to the product of the two numbers. That's why it is verified. Thank you very much, and meeting you with in next session. So please continue your completing your homework, and if there are any finding any difficulties, you can ask me on the through our this WhatsApp. No problem. Please feel free to ask if you have any doubt. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.